kerosene. Now, this provides clean, safe, renewable power to families at about half the cost of kerosene that it replaces without the need for any government subsidies or tariffs. Now, joining us in studio to bring us up to speed on that conversation, well, we have a power panel to discuss that power conversation. Well, first off is Benson Wandeto. You are from Mobicom, sir. Karibu sana.
Thank you.
And Mr. Simon Bransfield-Garth, the CEO of Azuri Technologies. And James Mwamburi, who is a customer, and of course, he is going to be talking to us about this product because the proof of the pudding is in the eating. I think we'll start off with you, Simon. First, almost a year since, well, the launch, you are here in studio then, you are here today. What has been the situation then? What's uptake been like?
So uptake has been fantastic. In fact, I think it's very interesting, your point about the low uptake of solar. Perhaps it may look like there's
Relative
a low
terms,
uptake
yes.
in cities, but actually in rural areas, the uptake has been absolutely spectacular. Over 1 million people, over 1 million households have had solar power added in the last 2 years. And the challenge people have with solar power in cities or in the countryside is that although the sun is free, the equipment that gives you the sun is not free.
Yes.
With pay-as-you-go solar technology, we're able to provide not just lights, but now television with satellite service to give people really the sort of experience they would expect from the grid, but actually in their homes, whether they've got the grid or not.
And the partnership that we've just seen there now with Mobicom, why Mobicom and what do you hope to achieve?
So you'll remember we launched the product in December last year, and the product's been fantastically well received, but we started off launching in the central region in Kenya. We really wanted to get reach right the way across the population. Mobicom have reached to 90% of the population of Kenya. And so through their 87 stores and their 800 sales agents, we're able now to get the television product right the way across the country and allow the whole country to get access to the technology that so far only customers in a certain region have been able to access.
Well, I want to bring in Benson at this juncture. Mobicom has been one of, indeed, the largest dealership for mobile phone services, be it airtime, be it distribution of mobile phones. Do you think you can be able to replicate and bring that success to this product?
Thank you, Peter. Yes, we will be able to replicate that because to us, the product, the solar product, is actually a value add to our customers. They will be able to charge their phones. They also are able to enjoy the other digital services to have the TV in their home. Yes.
For a lot of people, especially in the rural areas, off-grid situations, they used to have to buy the mobile phone and then go nearby to either a township or someone who has power or a battery to be able to charge their phones. Do you think this product is a value add that then you can sell as a package and be able to say that if you're buying these solar power gadgets, then you can also be able to access a phone which you can charge through the same system?
Absolutely. That is what we actually looking at.
Yes.
It's what we intend to have it on the ground. Yeah.
Let's now turn to, well, James Mwamburi. You are a customer.
Yeah.
Please tell us what this means for you, the fact that you are able to, for 99 shillings a day, be able to access something that maybe in the past was not possible.
Actually, first and foremost, I'd like to thank the Azuri.
Please speak up, I can't quite hear you.
Okay, first and foremost, I'd like to thank the Azuri because they actually transformed my life from analog to digital.
Yes.
Now I actually enjoy watching movies and the rest of the channels across the country and even outside, like the Nollywood movies. Something that has brought change in me.
What did you used to do before? Because I'll give you my own example. Before we had good internet here in Nairobi and that sort of thing, I used to have a person who I'd go to for DVDs, just like everybody else. But now with access to, well, digital services and good internet, I stream my own movies live from the internet. So what does having this television system mean for you in whichever place you live?
Okay, first, actually, many youth are actually getting transformed through this product.
Yes.
Because in the past, they used to go to the centers maybe they use transport and back, so that they can go watch maybe news. But now, since I come from rural area.
Where do you come from exactly? Sorry.
Okay, I come from Kajiado.
Yes.
A place we call Jamibora. Yeah, that's where I come from, 6 kilometers from the highway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have electricity?
There's no electricity.
So you literally, this thing has become a lifeline for you?
Yeah, yeah.
What do you think would be the effect on society as a whole? Not just yourself, but for other members of your family, if you are married, what it would mean for a wife and children, that sort of thing?
Okay, the effect is, actually most of them will actually minimize the cost of traveling to the centers and back, because I charge phones, and actually some of them come to watch in my house.
Yes.
Actually, I see that the first thing. And the next thing is, you know, in the past we've been using kerosene as a form of energy.
Yes.
And charcoal. But now, you know, I've minimized this. I used to spend 1,000 maybe a week, but now I can use to 300 shillings in a week just to, because this the solar energy actually is covering all this. Yeah.
Well, Simon, it seems that this really has a real social impact. The fact that a person like Mamburi here now has an income, where maybe in the past he did not, because he can charge people to charge their mobile phones. There's entertainment and also the learning effect. Do you think that this partnership will enable those benefits accrue to more Kenyans?
Absolutely. So, as I mentioned, we've spent some time getting the product out in a narrow region. Now we have reached right the way across the country. And I think that we're seeing tremendously rapid growth. And one of the challenges we've seen historically is that people in cities have access to internet, they have access to television and so on. We really want to level the playing field. We want to make sure that everybody in the rural areas has access to exactly the same things. So now they have a 24-inch television, they've got 54 channels of mainstream content that they can watch. And that's really bringing people into the knowledge economy, enabling people to get full access to the things that otherwise people in cities would only have.
Yes. Benson, please talk to us about the areas where people can find these gadgets now, because as we've been told, you have 87 stores, a lot of dealers. What are the places that people should be looking to be able to find these things right across the country?
Thank you, Peter. We have about 87 outlets across the country.
Yes.
That is from coast through to Rodwa. Any of the major town, we have our outlet in the Mobicom Kenya Limited. Yes.
Well, finally, I want to throw this question at James. The fact that you now have this, what do you think the future looks like? Because I know this is just a start. With this enabler, what do you think is the future for you now?
Okay. Actually, I think now the life gonna be better in the future. Because no, with Azuri, maybe it's gonna be a start of the innovation. Yeah, but I think as time goes by, they will keep on changing into,
Thank you. Well, Simon, just a quick one before we move on to the tweets that I can see have already begun streaming in. The fact that at the event, the PS for information, Mr. Kello said that the main reason that we are able to do things like this is because of the digital migration. What other disruptions can we expect to industries like this from people like you?
Well, you've seen a journey already. People started with lights, we've now got television. We're moving to a world where people won't distinguish between households that have the grid and households that don't have the grid. And I think 5 years ago, we felt the grid was going to get everywhere within the country. It's now clear that just as many people have mobile phones and they don't have landlines, there are going to be many people that have their own solar power station driving all the devices that they can want in their houses without being connected to the grid and without having the expense of having to pay for electricity as you're using it.
Okay, indeed, on that disruptive note, I'll ask you to just take a quick walk and come right here to the planet so we can read out some of those tweets. Well, the conversation, of course, has been around the fact that the conversation here today has been all about solar technology, and our question had been, what do you think has led to the low uptake of solar as a form of energy in households? And of course, Simon pointing out that this has not actually been the case. 1 million households have had solar in terms of uptake over the past 1 year. Maybe you can take us through just some of the conversations that you can see, just read some of this for us.
So I think these comments are absolutely correct, that solar power is expensive because you're paying for it all up front. The innovation has been pay-as-you-go solar, which has really been applied in rural areas, enabling rural households to get energy at an affordable price. If you have the grid in a city, then putting solar on your house is a small change. If you have a kerosene lamp and you put solar on your house, it's a tremendous change. And so I think there's a difference between the city and the rural areas, but for once, the rural areas are getting there first, getting access to clean energy, perhaps before some of the cities do.
Yes, and I guess Simon is talking about one of those things which says, well, Eric Striyama here saying that high market price and high installation cost, there being one of the factors that has hindered uptake. Well, Eric Striyama again weighing in and saying lack of information to the majority of the people in the rural areas and high cost involved during installation. What are you doing about the sort of getting the information out to people so that they can, well, start to access this product?
Absolutely right. So this is new technology to a lot of people. And we're putting a huge amount of effort into bringing this technology through Chalmers, through SACCOs, through town hall meetings, a whole variety of on-the-ground activities. But really the key thing is we now have the reach of Mobicom to be able to get to 90% of the population. So now everybody in the country is able to access this new technology and take advantage that it brings.
Okay, indeed. Thank you very much. I'll ask you to take your seat back. And I think it's fair to end it on a note to say that we will see you in a few months' time just to gauge what the uptake has been, the fact that this is a product that is indeed changing lives. Well, indeed, you heard it from the horse's mouth, the fact that